So, for being part of the Thai Rest Accord and all that legal stuff, isn't it off that you don't have a hammer? I mean, I'm just saying, hammers on Magnuses, that's kind of been a thing lately, and that's the one thing you're lacking. Okay, just saying.
What's up guys, BC coming back at you guys with yet another Transformers video review, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Siege Leader Class Ultra Magnus. And I'm just going to say this right now, I have all of Wave 1. I have it all. He wins Wave 1. He wins as far as Wave 1 goes. Just flat out, he wins of Wave 1. And you're going to see why he wins with me in a very, very, very short amount of time. Because, let's face it, the truck, I like the fact that it's a Robots in Disguise reference. I do dig this. But ultimately, I think I could live without it. I would have much preferred a more G1 accurate trailer, but we got that already with the Combiner Wars version. So it's really not that big of a if I could talk. It's really not that big of a deal to me. So it rolls, and unfortunately on a very flat surface like this, these wheels don't want to roll for me, because I was literally rolling this around on the carpet the other day, and it was rolling no problem. So I don't know what the deal is here. I might not have something tabbed in right, but anyways, that's besides the point. The point being, these are all weapons that you can just flip up and kind of have him join in on the whole siege thing, because you can plug these weapons off, which we're going to need to for the transformation. And at first I thought these black guns, I initially thought that you literally could just leave these on and fully transform him, no problem. Unfortunately, that's not the case, because this back port ends up hiding into the leg armor, and the port that you end up using for it is this one. At least I believe I'm correct on that. And then of course there's the combined gun that you can make with the two black guns, which if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I weaponize the heck out of Magnus. So you know for a fact that he can hold plenty of weapons. So yeah, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and just pull these black guns off. And well, I guess you could also have the missiles on there too. I guess you could. That actually doesn't look bad, but it's just something, it's stuff you can do with the main rifle, because otherwise it's literally just the main rifle. Take a wild guess what my complaint with this is. I wish it was white. That said, moving on to this one. You basically can just untab these pieces from here, and just these two hinges are the ones that need to come undone, because then you can just undo the top and it all slides right off the back. We will get further into the trailer here in just a minute, because the cab section, now I would show off the cab section with Voyager Optimus, but I can't do that because I haven't taken a look at Voyager Optimus yet. And you guys all know the rules of my channel. So anyways, yeah, this is the white cab, and this is stupid fun to play with. I don't understand why. It just is. So with that said, he transforms into an albino Optimus. do that by separating the legs and then ratcheting them down like this, and then flipping out the heels right underneath here, and standing him up. And I'd like to point out the fact that I love the fact that all the new Siege figures thus far have an ankle tilt. There's just something about that that makes me so happy. Pull the arms out and around like this, spin this around, push that back into place. But before you collapse the chest back in, slide this piece up. And then again, before we do anything else, crack this piece open, flip his head out, tab the chest back into place, swing the arms around, tab them into place to lock the whole chest section into place, and then, you probably didn't see any of that. There we go. Then take this and slide it into place. You know what? Let's see if I can angle this better in such a manner that I can just... There we go. Much better. So you're not seeing nearly as much of the house while it is being done. So there we go. There is Ultra Magnus as the albino optimist. He can hold he can hold the white rifle, and he's got 2 ports up here, and he's got the little pegs on his legs, on his shoulders, and I want to say, yeah, he's got 2 on these sides, so you can actually peg those fire blast effects on him. Pretty neat. You can also peg the fire blast effects into the barrel if you really wanted to. I'm not going to show it off because, well, I don't have any of that stuff with me right now. I'm very unprepared for this. Whatever though. And of course, you know, you can take these missile launchers and attempt to tab them in up here. You could. Well, okay, let's try it like this. Okay, that worked. So yeah, you can have him have a over-the-shoulder rocket launcher. So that's nice. You can also have him hold one of the black rifles, because that's a thing. Personally, I think these as handheld weapons are dumb. But when they're arm mounted, they're not nearly as bad. They still stick up a little too far high up, but you know, at that angle, it's a little bit easier to accept. Now let's get into the articulation for this. But before we do that, let me just take a second to gush about that head sculpt. Because, good lord, let me tell you about something. As a fan of the original G1 Ultra Magnus toy, this is everything I could ever want. It's sheer perfection. The blue faceplate, the blue head crest, the red eyes, everything about this just feels right. Everything about it just feels right. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this back down and get into the articulation. That beautiful head sculpt is a ball joint, so he's got tons of wiggly waggly movement up there. He's got a rotation here at the shoulder, as well as a in and outward movement in the shoulder, a bicep swivel, an elbow bend. He's got a waist joint, which is pretty damn awesome due to transformation. He's got ratcheted hips, a thigh swivel, let's say it's 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and the ankle tilt. As again, you guys already know, I loves me an ankle tilt, because it allows for so much more posing. There we go, much better. So yeah, there you go. There's the evidence that I cannot help but play with this toy. So, where do we go from here? Well, this is a leader class figure. We gotta get this in the onto him in some matter of perspective. So we're going to go ahead and take away his rifle. Right click. And then just basically start turning him back into a truck and then kind of stop. So pull this all the way forward, slide this back down. Hide his head away. But then tab his arms back in and then push it, the whole chest panel back into place. Pull this piece down, spin it around, flip it back up, and that is the first piece to the fully armored Ultra Magnus. Flip up the heels, and wow, he's actually standing. Okay, so then we just kind of, okay, let's move him out of the way real quick. We just kind of start removing all the pieces from the trailer. These arm panels, as I sit here and struggle to get them off, these arm panels, for whenever you're turning this back into the trailer, these arm panels have to peg in to these pieces on the upper body armor. The shoulder pieces are what tab into the back of the legs. So once you get all this undone, get all that undone, come on, you can then just come down here and just pull out the shoulder pad, and then you split this in half, and there is all of your armor bits. We're going to start with the legs, because honestly I want to make sure that that's going to stay standing, because he's still standing. I'll stop. So flip that piece in and then start accordioning this in, pull this out, fold this in, fold it all the way around until it all tabs together, and that's a leg panel. Do the same thing with the other one. So basically, fold, 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 tab. Super easy, super simple. Get everything else out of the way so you can start getting all this on. We're going to slide that on, and then we're going to slide that on, if everything will cooperate with me. There we go. He now has big stomping boots. And then of course, to add to them, once again, that port ends up right. That port that was originally at the front of the truck is now the holster for the side of the leg. If I can stop failing at putting the gun on. Peg that there, and there we go. His arm panels, they open up like this, and yep. So basically that same arm panel that I plugged the gun into on the other arm, there's a little tab right in there that is going to slot right into that, and then this is just going to close up around his arm, and that is a deceptively simple way of giving him his giant blue forearms. I really like this. So we do the same on the other side. Tab it in, fold it up. Then we take these pieces, we slide them, and these pieces, I don't know what it is on mine, but these have a very hard time latching in. They stay on just fine, but I have a hard time latching them in. So basically what you gotta do is spinning this around. There's this gray piece. You have to slide this over the shoulder while getting a little piece right there to fit over the smokestack. And when you have it fitted over the smokestack, it should just slide into place, and then this folds up and then tabs onto that little white tab that is used to lock his shoulders in when he's in truck mode. And I made that look easy right there. The first time I opened him up, this was stupid difficult to get back on. It's a little easier for me now, but it's always the right arm, or in this case, right shoulder, that always manages to be a royal pain in the neck for me. Of course, video. made a liar out of me. So yeah, once you have those tabs on though, those are locked in. Those are not going anywhere. If those tabs were not locked in, you could barely tug on these and they would slide right off. I like the fact that there's the extra sense of security on them. And then of course, before we get to the head, let's tab his little shoulder launchers on. There we go. Making sure that there's nothing else. Put the white rifle. I keep saying white rifle even though it's clearly not white. Putting the rifle back in its hand. That's clearly the head. This is going to fold up and tab in right there. This is going to fold up underneath and just stay there. Now you're going to take this, and how most people do it is they try to just plug it on from the back. And I saw one person having problems with it because they were trying to tab it in from front and then fold it down. What you have to actually do is you have to put it in from the top so you can get those tabs lined up with his shoulders, because that is the most dead solid connection between the robot and the armor. The rest is just support. Well, you can bring this down, it'll tab in right there, and then this whole slide, and I just popped it off. Of course, video, make a liar out of me, why don't you? And then this uses the same clip system that was used to last the trailer on before on this sliding piece, is now going to fold down and click into place. And with that done, there we go. There is Ultra Magnus in his combined robot mode. And, okay, look. I'm gonna, oh wait, articulation section that I forgot. He's got a wrist swivel. And to kind of get to, since I already kind of shot ahead of myself, he retains all of his posability from his smaller robot. Even the ankle tilt. The ankle tilt is still there, the thigh swivel is still there, the knee bend is still there, although it's a little bit more work to get it going, but it's still there. And that's just something I like about him. Even with the armor on him, nothing is impeded. Nothing is lost here. It's literally just a case of you put the armor on and that's it. So yeah, let's get a bit of a closer look at the figure as a whole. I apologize for the consistent coughing. And we're going to start, as usual, with his head. That is proper G1 Ultra Magnus. Personally, I wish they would have put like a neck extender that would put the actual albino head up, and then you could put this on as a helmet. I would have actually preferred that. But at the same time, I can kind of understand why they didn't do that. Because one, parts count. Two, this head is a ball joint head. Like, it granted it really only gets up and down and then left and right sight movement, but I mean, you can kind of get some wiggle out of it, but not much. I'm pretty sure if I popped the head off and did something within the actual ball joint itself, I could get more movement out of it. But I'm not going to do that because, let's face it, this guy's pretty damn perfect on his own. So with that said, let's go ahead and I would do an articulation section on him, but I don't really think I need to, because again, it's armor that just drapes on top of him. It's not impeding anything, nothing feels lost, and he really doesn't gain any articulation either, and I think that's fine. I think that is perfectly acceptable. Because as a whole, I feel like Ultra Magnus is the best looking figure in this entire line so far. He's just, oh my lord, he's just awesome looking. And just, I'm glad that we finally got something that is truly referential to the G1 figure. This is just, it's everything I've been wanting out of a quote-unquote classics Ultra Magnus. This is what I wanted for the longest time. And I finally have it, and I can't be any happier with it. He's big, he's chunky, he does the whole trailer bit, he does the combining into the full Ultra Magnus, he does everything. And spoiler alert, I also have the PC-17, I want to say, the Core Magnus for Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus, and eventually I will do a video on that as well, and then bring this in to truly compare the two, because honestly, I like both. I really like both. But if I'm going to choose, as of right now, which one you should get, as far as the pricing goes, this is the one you're going to want. As far as looks goes, this is the one you're going to want. But as far as G1 accuracy to a T goes, they both do plenty of things right. And that is ultimately where I feel this one wins. He just does so much more. He's so much more fun to play with. He doesn't feel incomplete. And that's what I like about him. I didn't have to jump through extra hoops to complete the figure. He's literally a case of, this is the figure, this is what it does everything you needed to do, have fun. And that's what I love about this. So, yeah, there really isn't anything else for me to say about this figure. He's just awesome looking. He can, again, he has the ports on the missiles. He has the pegs all over him to be able to put the little fire blast effects. You can put a fire blast effect in there. You can put a fire blast effect in the black gun. You can have him hold the black guns in his hands, as you saw. You can have him wield a triple gun. In fact, let's go even crazier and have him do a 5-shot gun where he's gonna... Yeah, that's clearly not gonna 100% work, but you get the idea. Let's flip this around. Maybe this will work. Maybe this will work out a little better. Hold on. I'm determined now. There we go! So yeah, you can do that friggin' amalgamation of a weapon form, because that... He's fun. He's well worth the money. And honestly, I don't see us getting a better Ultra Magnus in the main line for a long time. I highly doubt they're going to top this. I highly doubt it. With that said, guys, I've taken up enough of your time. This is GC Sane Standard you can get to geek on, and I will catch you guys